The petrol price hike has suddenly reached to 91 rupees here in Meghalaya during the time of reporting this story. Now we have seen that the price of the petrol has increased slowly and gradually from 1 rupees every day. Earlier in 1 week it was 85 rupees and now it's at the cost of 91 rupees per litre for petrol here in Shillong.
The upward trajectory of fuel prices in Shillong since November 2020 is also burning a hole in the common man's pocket. This means an additional burden of contemplating expenses before you refuel your vehicles. Alex, a student in Shillong, is concerned about the rising expenses while the income remains the same, especially for the middle-class families.
The salary that we get, like there's no increasing in their salaries, but the price in daily consuming things they have been increasing very rapidly. Like even the petrol, which we say it has been increasing to like 90.25 now. So for daily people like us, it's very difficult to maintain, and sometimes it's affect our family financial problem also. So I'm how I say, not only me but all the students, I would like to say that if somehow if they will have reduced it, then I think so it will be a great help for the not only for the student but even for the small families like our classes and all.
Shamal, a biker from Assam's Dibrugarh, who often visits Shillong, now has to spend 40% more on fuel since the price hike.
Actually, now I am coming from Dibrugarh to Dauki, and now nearly I have filled in my bag nearly total around 3,500, 4,000, nearly around 4,000 I have filled petrol in my bag. But previously when I have came to Shillong in bike, nearly I have filled that time around 3,000, 2,500, nearly around. I think I don't remember the exact figure right now.
So does this not affect your budget?
Yeah, surely it obviously affects our budget. It obviously affects our budget a lot.
For Sanchet Sureka, General Secretary of Petroleum Dealers Association of Meghalaya, every time fuel prices go up, it means an increase in working capital. He is also concerned about drop in sales as most consumers ration the use of vehicles.
Our margin has always remained the same.
Okay.
It has not grown. So whatever increment of prices is done from the government, whether it's the central government or it's the state government. So our margin doesn't fluctuate. Whatever was our margin before remains the same here. So if there's an increment in the petrol price, it's not like we, the petrol pump dealers, are benefiting.
Right.
In fact, it adds additional burden on us because our working capital increases. Now we need more capital to buy the same quantity of fuel. And since we are only dealers who have been appointed to, buy a product at a particular price decided by the government and sell it at a particular price decided by the government. And I don't feel so it will be appropriate on our behalf to be going to the streets. I understand the public in general is suffering, but the government definitely is also aware and they are trying their level best.
Commercial vehicles have also been equally affected due to the hike in fuel prices. The Meghalaya Joint Action Committee of Commercial Vehicles has now demanded reduction in taxes as well as revision in taxi fares.
With the prices of petrol increasing, the Commercial Vehicle Association has now taken matters into their own hands and have decided to carry out an indefinite strike starting 3rd of February. They have even approached the Meghalaya government, that is the Deputy Chief Minister, Prestun Tinsong, to either increase the taxi fares, which are normally at a very reasonable rate, and they've demanded that the government should revise the taxi fares here in Meghalaya. But to no avail, they haven't received any response from the Meghalaya government. Hence, the Commercial Vehicles Association has decided to carry out an indefinite strike starting 3rd of February due to the petrol price hike here in the state of Meghalaya.
In Meghalaya state, each and everyone knows that the very cheapest taxi fare in all over the world, especially in India also, Meghalaya state, it was the cheapest rate which for the taxi fare. 10 rupees also you can reach home. But in other states, another cities, 10 rupees you can reach home with a taxi. So here we we have been discussed with the government, but from the government side they could not compromise it. So we have been decided to keep our indefinite strike since from the 3rd of February 2021 until and unless if the government could not take up this issue or this matter for the benefit of the public or for the benefit of our owners and the drivers of the commercial vehicles also. At the same time, we have been submitted our memorandum from time to time to compromise or to compromise or to think about the taxes also, which we have been faced a lot of problem because this interstate vehicle also since from the lockdown they could not ply their vehicle, and the government also was taking the taxes. So especially the taxis here in Meghalaya we are plying odd and even since from that pandemic has been started. So from our side also we are suggested to government to take the tax also 50% because we are paying 50% 12 days in a month. So why should we are paying 100 taxes? But the government give the order that in each and every owners should pay 100 taxes. So the government also should think, no, for us. We are the taxpayers to the government. The government also should think for us.
Meanwhile, Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma and Deputy Chief Minister Preston Thinseong said the government will examine the matter before reaching any conclusion.
Well, my request to all of them is until unless the government examine the issues, how can I just say that okay, this is done? It's not fair. That's what I'm saying. You need to also understand the reality, because in fact, as I said, we have already endorsed the memorandum submitted by them to the transport department. You know, this issue is not 24 hours job where we can just easily communicate back to them. So they need to understand that the process has to be there. So that's what I told them. We will examine, and we will work it out how to go about it, because we understand we are also concerned, be it the association or be it the customers, because this deals with not only for the association but it deals also with the consumers. So we need to also work out in this way where ultimately everybody should also be happy. Everybody should also be acceptable, not only for the association's sake but even the consumer's sake. We have to take it into consideration.
We'll examine the matter and then we'll see what kind of impact it will have on our resources. At the same time, we'll also see that it should not impact the common people too much. So balancing both these factors, we will see what can be best done. So we will examine the matter and see how to move forward.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to East Mojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.